June 2011 marks the end of the mid-term implementation of the Peace, Recovery and Development Plan (PRDP) Social and Development Interventions in northern Uganda that was launched by President Yoweri Museveni in October 2007.
Provision of water, either through boreholes or through piped water. Repair and re-enhancement of educational facilities, schools and so on. Provision of emergency relief, health, especially immunization, hygiene, nutrition, and health education regarding HIV/AIDS. Farming with oxen and plows for food security and income generation. I would appeal to the leaders to really support these programs.
Full-scale implementation of PRDP began in July 2009 and is expected to end at the close of the 2011-2012 financial year, next year in June 2012. Financed under a 100 billion shilling budget, PRDP sector performances have over the past 2 years centered on the provision of clean water to the people, the rehabilitation and rebuilding of health centers and schools, as well as the construction of roads and bridges, and the strengthening of the law and order sector in this formerly conflict-ridden region that stretches from West Nile through Acholi, Lango and Teso sub-regions to Karamoja sub-region. It is implemented under the Office of the Prime Minister.
This program is something that has been ongoing for 2 years now. And in the 2 years, I think the main objective that has been achieved is reducing poverty levels. Poverty reduction has also occurred in northern Uganda from 61%. Currently, last year, it was measured to be at 46%, and it's still going down very fast as well. We have been working with the local governments to build capacity about their work plans, putting in place clear, monitorable indicators to measure the progress being made, and to have monitoring and supervision from the center. More than 95% of the people that used to live in internally people's displaced camps have gone back to their villages. They are back in their routine way of living. They are very productive, producing lives for food for their homes, producing food for surplus that they sell in the markets. So we are really now concentrating on restoring the infrastructure, improving the road network, taking power to this region so that the conditions exist in the north that will enable that region to catch up with the rest of Uganda.
In Gulu, the gateway to the Acholi sub-region, programs in this second year of implementation focused mainly on the health and education sectors, in which building of health centers and schools and the provision of staff houses for nurses and teachers, respectively, were availed. Among the many schools built and furnished over the last 2 years included Oguru Primary School that received a new classroom block this year to enable pupils who were still using these temporary shelters for their classrooms to move and utilize the new facility. The school also received a 2-unit staff house fitted with appropriate electric wiring, ready to be connected to the national grid. A 2-stand-speed latrine was also constructed. Olero Primary School received a 2-classroom block and office. At the time of this visit, it was yet to be completed, but in use all the same, as the head teacher, Mr. Matthias Ochaya, acknowledges.
When this PRDP blocks gets finished, I immediately transfer to allow the children to learn inside, because the children are learning under the tree, which was not conducive. In the health sector, Pukune Health Center 2, that was started in 2009-2010 financial year, has now received a 4-unit staff house to replace these old houses, a 4-stance pit latrine, and a placenta pit. PRDP equally funded the expansion of Awach Health Center 4, constructing staff houses there, a maternity ward, and erecting this perimeter fence. In the road sector, the Abela Awach Road was under regular maintenance, while the construction of the Unyama Bridge on the Lukome-Gwangadia Road was in its advanced stages of completion. A special program for the Acholi sub-region was the provision of decent accommodation to Acholi cultural leaders, the Ruodis. These were built to recognize the social status of the chiefs and to encourage them mobilize the people to resettle and rebuild their own homes. These houses were built and completed in the financial year 2009-2010 and commissioned by President Yoweri Museveni at the end of 2010. They have since been improved upon in response to requests from the beneficiaries. Improvements have included the provision of ceiling boards for the houses, the construction of external toilet facilities, and the provision of water gullies and tanks to enable water harvesting for the homesteads, as some of the chiefs are now happy to testify.
I'm very happy for His Excellency Yoweri Museveni Kaguta, who had made us look like a chief. He prepared for us house, looked very nice for us, put us in high life. He has built for us a latrine.
In support of government interventions in northern Uganda, development partners have extended assistance to complement PRDP interventions in the region. The Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, and the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, are among such partners that have piloted projects in such areas as Amuru and Nyoya district. JICA, for instance, has constructed a multi-purpose hall at Amuru district headquarters, which has a varied space for meetings and offices for community service providers in the district. It has also constructed 4 staff houses to accommodate heads of department in Amuru. USAID, likewise, has constructed 4 staff houses here through the Northern Uganda Transition Initiative. JICA has also constructed a public hall and staff quarters at Pabo sub-county headquarters. Pabo is perhaps one of the sub-counties with the best office and staff accommodation in the entire country. To further empower communities and encourage resettlement of people formerly displaced, boreholes have been drilled in villages throughout the sub-region. People have likewise been encouraged to utilize oxen and oxen plows to open up land for both subsistence and cash flow production to earn a decent living. In the Karamoja sub-region, emphasis was put on food security and the provision of water for both the people and the animals, so as to discourage and consequently eliminate their nomadic lifestyles and its attendant vices like cattle rustling. The Minister for Karamoja region is Honorable Janet Museveni, MP and First Lady of Uganda.
When we started, we decided to try and introduce agriculture in the whole region, because we found Karamoja was just smudging out of a famine, and they had had no food of their own for a period of about 3 years. This is in 2009. And they were just receiving food handouts, and that was the only way they could feed their families. So we decided we would start on a new venture of trying to grow food for the people themselves, and that's what we did. And even though it was an uphill task, really starting from the scratch, we got some food the first season. We tried the second season, and we harvested some good crop. And that's what even now we are doing, and we have expanded on the acreage that we started with. Now we are doubling, so to speak, the acreage in order to make sure that Karamoja can really start seeing in a very near future that they become food secure themselves. Then we also had the problem of water. The problem of water has been a major problem in Karamoja for a long time. We started on that one. That is still ongoing, and we have registered some good work. We have some dams now in at least 2 districts, in Moroto and in Napak, and we're beginning to see life becoming normal in a way, and we have a big rainfall this season, so we are seeing these dams filling up with water. We have good pastures for the animals. The security and disarmament has been ongoing for a long time, and Karamoja is settling down. It's becoming peaceful. Work is really becoming serious. People are getting to do their work, and they are sure that they can go and come back like any other part of Uganda, even though we are not absolutely peaceful yet, because we still have some thefts, and we still have some cattle stolen in some villages from time to time. But on the whole, those areas, disarmament and pacification of Karamoja, food security and water provision, those 3 areas, I can honestly say that we have made a good beginning.
Other PRDP interventions in Karamoja included the rebuilding of schools, health centers and staff houses, as well as roads. In Moroto district, the health sector received 5 twin housing units in Moroto municipality for doctors. Kakingor Health Center 2 in Katikekili sub-county is being upgraded to Health Center 3 by adding a 25-bed capacity general ward. The construction is at ring beam level and will offer integrated services when completed later this year. In Kotido district, the health sector is witnessing the construction of a 25-bed capacity children's ward at Kotido Health Center 4 in Kotido Town Council. Construction started late 2010 and is estimated to be completed by June 2011. In Abim district, under Justice, Law and Order sector, construction of a new police barracks started at Abuk outside Abim Town Council, and 16 apartments are under construction. Districts sampled in the West Nile sub-region, most projects under PRDP in the financial year 2009-2010 were complete and functional, while those financed in the year 2010-2011 were nearing completion. Districts of Arua and Yumbe exhibited 99% completion rate for the 2009-2010 financial year. In the current financial year, Yumbe district regretted progress in the provision of the necessary provisions and was yet to provide a solar system to Yumbe Hospital to enable it to carry out major surgeries. Currently, Yumbe Hospital is running on a generator which consumes at least 25,000 shillings per hour, making it hard for the administration. Mr. Isamboge is the Chief Administrative Officer of Yumbe and explains why the district decided on solar energy.
In Yumbe here, we are not connected to the national grid as far as power is concerned. The greatest budget of the hospital goes to operationalization of the generator. And as you realize, in this district, we don't have even a petrol station.
After completion of this coach bridge on Yumbe-Kaya Road, Ugandan businessmen will have the shortest route to access the now lucrative market in southern Sudan. Classroom blocks too have been built and equipped with desks, while the District Education Resource Center is nearing completion among the educational facilities being provided this financial year. Provision of water was equally emphasized.
And this time we are happy. And as though the population is great, the speed at which the water is coming, we are not getting problems. And the people are not fighting as they used to do.
Lila District laid emphasis on the education and health sectors this financial year. In the health sector, the district is determined to reach every health center and ensure that all the staff is accommodated in their places of work. Construction of staff houses, where was previously none, is now being boosted by 4-in-1 structures in all the centers. At Agali Health Center 3, the district had in the previous year provided a 4-in-1 structure for the staff. This year, the health center is receiving 2 more units, and upon completion, they will be housing at least 12 staff members. Dokolo district has dotted every sub-county with a PRDP investment. In education, the district has constructed classroom blocks with stand-speed latrines. It is also going ahead to provide for people with special needs. For instance, at Agwechbange Primary School, the district is constructing a special facility for the people with disabilities. It is also worth noting that all the 6 government-aided secondary schools in the district have received libraries from PRDP funding this financial year. The Minister of State for Northern Uganda region.
PRDP has done a commendable job for the last 2 years. And you can see tangible differences that PRDP has made. And I still believe that if we handle this program well, PRDP is a tool which will help Northern Uganda to move further, and the whole country becomes the same, and we move at the same pace. When PRDP came into being in this country, it wasn't understood properly. Some people thought there was a good amount of money which was brought in, and it was called PRDP. It took a bit of time for people to understand that it's a framework which will be used for intervention in changing the situations in Northern Uganda. I'm happy to report that people have now understood, and PRDP has moved, but we are just beginning to move. We want to harmonize the programs which are in Northern Uganda. We want to know the agencies and different groups which are helping us in Northern Uganda. We want to find out what contribution they bring to Northern Uganda. Maybe in short, I should say declaration of what you are doing and how much you are contributing. We want to know whether you are complementing the programs in Northern Uganda, you are substituting, you are duplicating, or you are competing.
Kataku district is one of the Teso sub-region districts which have performed considerably well in the implementation of PRDP. In the health sector, a reasonable amount of resources were dedicated to the implementation of services at Kataku Health Center 4. 2 staff houses have been constructed at a cost of 43 million shillings each, in addition to procuring 45 beds and mattresses. Kataku District Administration has purchased an ambulance at 99 million shillings, and the community is very grateful for this service. Other health facilities include Akum Health Center 2, which has received a maternity ward already under use. Kataku Primary School has received 4 classrooms valued at 60 million shillings to address the challenge of classroom space for the over 1,500 pupils here. Aputon Primary School has also received 4 classrooms which are complete and already utilized, in addition to a 2-in-1 staff house. Erwano Joseph is the head teacher here.
Well, we really extend our sincere gratitude for the 4 classrooms that the government has constructed under PRDP program. It has really eased the congestion, especially in terms of pupil-teacher ratio.
In Serere district, Kateta and Chere Health Center 3s have received staff houses to address the challenge of accommodation of health workers.
I'm happy with this accommodation and I feel good to be in a comfortable place. I have my children, at least I have respect.
In Seroti district, Atitiro Health Center 4 and Tuburu Health Center 3 have each received houses for medical workers. In the education sector, Arimoi and Arapai are some of the primary schools that have received a 2-classroom block each, equipped with desks, and these classrooms were constructed at a cost of 28 million shillings each. In Kapchorwa district, PRDP resources have been used to bring about development in the areas of education, health, roads and water. During the financial year 2009-2010, which was the first year of PRDP implementation, 33 classrooms were completed at a cost of 307 million shillings. These 6 classrooms and office block at Cheme Primary School were originally just a roof supported by pillars. In Silongo district, schools such as Chiaga Primary School have been built. It is a completely new school with 4 classrooms, desks and sanitary facilities constructed this year. In the health sector, Buwarasi and Bumumaro Health Center 3s have received maternity wards at a cost of 76 million shillings each. In the water sector, Kipande Trading Center community is among the beneficiaries of the Zesui Gravity Water Scheme, benefiting 7 villages. Budaka is one of the districts in Bukedi sub-region which have delivered well in the implementation of PRDP. The district, during the first year of PRDP implementation, invested heavily in the health sector. Sipiri Health Center 3 is a case in point where they invested about 220 million shillings and now it is fully operational with the maternity and general ward, a 2-in-1 staff house as well as sanitation facilities. In the education sector, the district constructed 20 classrooms in schools such as Nabowa Parents, Katire Primary School, Ledia Primary School, and Kamereka Primary School, among others. In the law and order sector, the police has acquired a double cabin pickup to enhance its policing role in addition to 3 motorcycles and 4 walkie-talkies. The police force here has increased its presence in the district so as to improve law and order and consolidate state authority in the region.
We do appreciate really that PRDP came to our rescue, but of course it has helped us quite a lot, most especially when this electoral process which we went through. In fact, if we didn't have this means, I don't know how we're going to go through the process.
In Parisa, the district has been able to construct a 78 million maternity ward at Chibuku Health Center 4, as well as a doctor's house and an incinerator. Schools such as Kamuge and Kibares primary schools have received teachers' houses constructed under PRDP.
The PRDP program has had a lot of success in terms of infrastructure, in water, health, and education, and also roads. About almost 98% of the programs have been implemented.
Butareja district boasts of perhaps one of the best PRDP investments. The district health office, which cost 340 million shillings, is a magnificent structure housing the entire health staff in the district. Construction started in 2009-2010 financial year and is being completed now. Nakwesi Health Center 3 is also complete at a cost of 99 million shillings. This will be a big relief to the community here who have been coming to a shop-like structure for health care. In the education sector, Butareja has additionally put up this district education office at a cost of 138 million shillings. It is now housing the entire education staff at the district headquarters. In Kiryandongo district, Dima Health Center 2 in Mutunda sub-county is set for upgrading to Health Center 3 after completion of a maternity ward and an OPD. Nakadoti Health Center 2 in Bweyare Town Council was a presidential pledge. Both the outpatients department and doctor's house are at final levels of construction. PRDP implementation is supervised by the Permanent Secretary, Office of the Prime Minister.
The development of the work plan still has got challenges. So we want to continue to see that these work plans are developed very well. And also to discourage districts from changing haphazardly work plans, which distort the flow of funds in the service delivery programs. When you develop work plans with the clear work outputs, with the clear monitorable indicators, everything is possible. This is how we have managed to minimize corrupt tendencies, because we can now be sure of what we are doing. So we shall continue to also provide resources. PRDP has progressed very well, and there are so many interested stakeholders that now what is expected from the stakeholders that they have promised to continue supporting the PRDP. Actually, a number of these donors have pledged that they will continue to support PRDP through the budget support. And others have promised to increase resources through the projects. But all of them aimed at addressing or respond to the objectives of the PRDP. So we have demonstrated that we can deliver. And what is expected now is to continue to deliver as we have done before.